Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 5.
Listen, Merry Christmas Eve. Is that the correct time
yes,
of it?
Merry Christmas Eve.
We are recording this on Christmas Eve. It will be out on Christmas Eve. We are enjoying our time off. You know I had to bring my work uniform with me. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let's go.
All right, so it's time for the photo shoot. Contessa looks a tacky mess.
Oh, man.
Just my personal opinion.
Come on, man.
Everyone is getting their personal pictures done. Then they get some group photos done. They have a Beyonce tribute artist at the photo shoot to help direct them, even though Toya is the lead director of the photo shoot.
Oh, okay.
Heavenly and T were directed to take some pictures together, and they actually got some cute shots, even though T looked irritated and Heavenly looked like she was pit bull over that lady's shoulder.
Listen here, man. They know how to make good TV on Married to Medicine.
Yes.
The fact that it was Heavily and Sweet Tea in that photo shoot and Heavily just lording over her. And Sweet Tea, you look a little uncomfortable to me. You look a little uncomfortable to me. Listen here, man. I thought it was funny that they brought a Beyonce tribute artist or like whatever.
Yeah, Miss Chalet, I think was her name.
Whatever it is.
But I'm just going to call her Beyonce from here on out.
I ain't going to do that because you ain't going to get me sued.
Okay.
I'm going to call you Miss Chalet. Okay. or I'm going to call you Clone B or whatever it is.
Okay,
right?
we'll do Clone B.
You ain't going to get me sued, right?
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Toya said, she wants the energy from the ladies. And Heavenly is like, if you want it, I got it for you.
Yeah.
Next, Cecil is showing his sons how to cook. We take a look back of what everybody's doing back in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Damon is taking his daughter and son shopping for her apartment. Eugene takes his sons to a cologne making class.
Nice.
And he asks them what scent describes him. Fruity old leather.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
Michael mentions that he's missing a speaker. And he feels like his parents are charging a little bit too high for this house cleaning. Miles is talking about the cooking is taking too long. He's ready to eat now.
I don't want to do this. Actually, I'm gonna stop lying. I want to do this, but it's a shame I have to do this. What is your thoughts on like the boys? The last time we saw the boys, they had a agreement with Cecil and Simone that, hey, y'all gonna be here. You be here for 2 years. You be here for 1 year, depending on which boy where like they were in life.
Yeah.
And after that, we charging you or you gotta get out. And now we saw how they left the apartment. What is your thoughts on just this whole situation overall?
I just feel like an old lady. It's a shame.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah. These boys with the opportunities and the bright future that their parents have laid out in front of them, don't get me wrong. They are not on the wrong path, but they are just slugging and chugging along.
They're going to stay there forever. They gonna stay there forever.
It feels like their feet is in some quicksand or something. At least Miles for sure. Michael, they say he's in college and he's getting things done. Yeah. So, that's good. But just the way that, look, they're boys. The apartment would be a mess. I'm not going to harp on that too much.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
But I'm just like, the attitude and the energy is just like,
thank you.
A shame.
That's what I was
That's
talking about.
all I could say.
That's what I was talking about because I think, who do I have to blame for this? I think I'm looking at Cecil. I think Cecil, for one, love his boys.
Yeah.
As Simone loved her boys, right? But I think because they did the hard work, talk about Simone and Cecil, they want to try to eradicate as much hard work as possible when it comes to their children.
Good point.
And what you're doing is you're actually hurting them. Why are you cooking for them? In any way, right? To the point where the oldest is saying, I want to eat now.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I think, hey, listen here. I think as long as they are in the house, you won't be retired. Simone won't be retired because you will always have work to come home to.
Right.
That means cleaning or cooking for them, taking care of them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Damon tells his son, don't let work just be a schedule. We know his son is going to dental school.
Yeah.
His dad gets compliments of being so caring with his patients. And the son says, I really just want to be able to be like you.
Oh, man.
Dr. Damon got choked up. Y'all, I got choked up, too.
I was like, get choked up.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Heavenly said in the confessional that he never said he wanted to be like her.
That's crazy. I got you a job, and you said you don't want to be like me. Listen here. I'm sure it was a beautiful moment. And truth be told, it was a beautiful moment. But I can't get over the fact that Dr. G came to you straight up and said, your wife called me the P word and you called him sensitive.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So you treat your patients better than you treat people that you're familiar around, only because he said he don't know what you be doing behind closed doors. Listen here. There's one thing that I know. I have friends that I have been friends with for 25 plus years, right? And she's a witness. There's things that I don't know about them.
Oh, yeah.
When things came out, I had no idea. Especially when it comes to women, I don't put my name on it. Because listen here, how I am with Blair, y'all don't know. Y'all only see on the show and things like that. Soon as these cameras turn off, y'all don't know what happens. She be hitting me.
Okay.
Like my thing is, like, I think Dr. G said that. And granted, I think Dr. G said that to be sly. And I think Dr. Damon's whole response is, I know you ain't talking about what I'm accused of based on the things that have been proven that you did in your relationship with Quad, right? But I feel like, as beautiful as this moment was, I kind of feel some type of way about Dr. Damon this season, because you know your wife took it to hell with Dr. Greg with calling him that P word.
Right.
And you called him sensitive because he feels like she owes him an apology. I'm not with that.
Agreed. Eugene is teaching his sons, basically how you wear cologne. You don't want to be burning people's noses, just enough. Okay. And the boys want to smell good for the ladies, so they plan on dousing themselves with that thing.
Of course.
To draw them in like bees. So some of the ladies are talking on the phone about the status of the dynamics and just kind of how the trip is going. They've been able to keep things cute and cordial so far. Now the ladies meet up for dinner. Toya is trying to tell Heavenly and T how they're dressed alike. They might actually have some things in common.
I feel like Sweet T might be trying to dress like Heavenly. Truth be told, they kind of got the same style. I ain't gonna hold you, because no one really gave Dr. Heavenly any like, oh, you can dress. Yeah. Like, so I think they got the same type of aura when it comes to like fashion. It's like, it's like, okay, you have clothes on to not be naked. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, basically.
So Miss Chalet arrives, performs for the ladies. I saw they couldn't get that clearance.
They're not
to
gonna
use
get
the music,
and we ain't got the clearance either.
Exactly. Jackie's asking, how does she get her booty like that? And everybody's telling her, you need to get some cornbread and some biscuits. And she says, and Dr. Jackie says, well, sometimes it don't land on people in the right places.
Listen, Dr. Jackie.
One thing she's gonna do is fat shame. Okay, I do not want to be around that lady.
Okay.
I would never want to be around that lady, especially when I'm eating some biscuits. She gonna look at me in disgust.
No, she gonna listen. She gonna cut you deep.
She gonna cut me.
She gonna cut you deep. You get what I'm saying?
And the funny thing is, she apologized about, of course, what she said about black women going through, not being heard and pain, and how she kind of was just like, you kind of got to really see about people type thing. But I'm just like, she's never gonna apologize for fat shaming.
Oh no.
She said people need to lose weight.
Yeah, because that actually is a health issue.
Exactly.
Everything else I said was basically doctor talk behind the scenes and stuff like that. But obesity, she's like, oh no, that's not good for you.
Yes. So Toya is talking about how there have been empty sorries in this friend group, and imitation B leaves. Yeah. She's just like, okay, well, it was nice meeting y'all.
She said, yeah, this ain't for me.
So Toya wants Quad to receive some genuine apologies. Yeah. Apparently, Jackie's apology was pretty much equivalent to a blank check of I'm sorry, and write it out to whatever you think I need to be sorry for.
Start right there. Jackie, Dr. Jackie, Paige and Dr. Jackie, you are starting to become, what's the word? The person on the show, or not even become, you are the person on the show that when it's time for you to be held accountable, you ain't gonna be held that. They ain't gonna hold you to that unless
she's done with it.
Unless it's going to jeopardize her livelihood, right? So when it comes to Buffy, I'm sorry, listen here. Buffy been gone. Buffy been stopped making TikToks.
It's the ghost that keeps on coming back.
The ghost of Christmas past or whatever, right? She just keeps coming back. We saw that, and that I was astonished when I saw it. When you could be 100% wrong and yell at the victim. I'm like, what is this? She said, I'm done with it, and stormed off. I was like, this is crazy.
It is crazy.
And then now you go and Sweet Tea apologizes to you, right? And I agree, Sweet Tea was 100% in the wrong. And you say apologies are for you. And you just left there. You don't know what to say to that.
Exactly.
And now when you're part of being wrong, as in you're part of the group, right? And Quad is coming and you go and you apologize to Quad and you say, hey, here's a blank check. Apology, meaning I am sorry for, and you fill it in. Jackie, you lucky they respect you, okay? Because if this was a regular person, I think that person would drag that person. Like, talk about you gave me a blank check apology, basically like fill in the blank and whatever you do with it, it is what it is. She basically said, I don't want to hear about this no more.
Yeah.
That's basically what she said. Keep going.
And Toya says, well, it's because the ladies, want it with you or something like that.
Yeah.
And Quad asks, well, how can y'all want it with me? Y'all tried to bury me.
Come on.
You jabbed me until I bled out and had nothing inside. Toya said, you bled out? And then she started laughing. Then Toya switched sides because she's like, okay, Quad, but you be hurting people too, all right? I was on your side, but here you go with these speeches.
Now, here's the thing, right? Toya, this is why my favorite scene of this whole franchise is my favorite scene. It's Toya and it's Simone, right? Where they are outside of Simone's house and Dr. Simone is walking around Toya, calling her stupid,
circling her like a shark,
telling her she ain't listening, she ain't getting it. Basically, she airheaded, basically all these things, but walking around her while doing it, right? Toya, I don't think you understand what the point of this. I don't think you understand your own point. Because for one,
I think Quad just got on her nerves, and she was like, "You know what?
Listen here. You know, I live every season for a Quad dramatic scene.
It hits every time.
It hits every time. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say on this part of the show. Quad speeches is what made Married to Medicine, okay? And somebody said that we need like Mariah to basically play like another role so she can be dramatic too. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But Miss Quad, it is not a Married to Medicine season unless I get a dramatic, well, whatever she does. Dramatic scene from Miss Quad, especially with the Sister Circle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's one of her best work right there. That's one of her best work right there. But listen here. Toya, how did you start off by saying that we need to genuinely apologize to Quad? And to me, I actually was behind Toya. As much as I'm joking around Toya, I think Toya is literally underrated when it comes to reality TV stars on the show.
And she's doing a good job of calling people out and standing to her stuff.
I put her in top 10 in my opinion.
She's great.
She's top 10 in my opinion, right? So for Toya to actually lead the charge of giving genuine apologies to Quad when Toya's the only one that I think on the cast that has genuine beef with Quad, I'm thinking, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is actually Toya actually being mature and actually pushing the group and the show forward.
That's anchor material.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? But she confused me when...
Well, Quad confused her. No, you bled out?
Listen here. No, because she was already annoyed, I think, when she brought up Napa. And she was like, we still on Napa?
Yeah.
And that's when I think Quad had to make her feel it. Yeah. Yes, we still on Napa because y'all wanted to leave me for dead at Napa, and I bled out.
Yeah.
You know? So that's just where Toya kind of lost me because first we was giving apologies to Quad, and now we're like, Quad, you need to apologize too because you be wrong too. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we was apologizing to Quad, but let's keep going.
Yeah. So the ladies sit down to eat.
Yeah.
And Simone says, Quad, you got to hear someone else's perspective sometimes. I was like, to me, I'm just like, Quad did her apology tour last season.
She did it last season.
Y'all give hers this season and let's call it even.
And then I don't even know what she apologized for.
Honestly.
I don't even know what Quad got
she don't be hanging with y'all outside of the season.
Stop it.
Yeah. Well, Quad said she tried to listen and respond, but if the response wasn't good enough, they wanted her to get out. T tells her, well, talking about Toya, sorry, nobody wanted you to leave. And Quad tells her, you told me to leave Napa.
That is true.
No one stood up for me. The last time she stood up for someone was Heavenly when she told them not to ambush her.
Now stop right there before we get into the real conversation. Listen, don't lie now on the show. Because Heavenly already exposed y'all behind the scenes when it comes to how y'all secretly wanted Quad off the show.
Right.
So that is what y'all. So that means that whatever y'all started in the show with Napa, y'all try to continue it behind the scenes. And if Dr. Heavenly wasn't Dr. Heavenly of the show, she was the one that can veto almost anything.
Seemed like it.
And seems like, hey, listen, I'm bringing Greg and Sweet Tea on. And guess what? Quad ain't going nowhere. So that's why I'm like, don't try to make it seem like y'all didn't want her to leave. Y'all literally, and Blair said this in a couple episodes ago, or was it last season? I think it was a couple episodes ago. She said she found it very disrespectful to have that girl fly all the way to Napa, knowing that you go kick her out and tell her go home.
Yeah, that's wildly. Just tell her not to come.
Exactly.
Don't invite her. Yeah.
Exactly. Embarrassing.
Yeah, wasting her time and money. Well, just time.
Yeah, just Miss Quad got it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
She got it. Contessa stood for Quad when they ambushed her.
Okay.
Well, Sweet Tea felt ambushed on social media.
Okay.
Quad mimicked Sweet Tea on social media, and Quad went ahead and apologized to her for that.
Yeah, listen here, we just giving out apologies now.
Yeah. Heavenly says that's fake. Quad said, apparently, that Contessa has a fake friendship with T.
Okay.
Well, Contessa is tired of hearing Heavenly starting stuff. And then the thing was actually like, Contessa was like, okay, so Heavenly was saying that Quad said, Contessa said the friendship with Sweet Tea was fake. Quad is saying that she didn't say that. She just was saying that Contessa and T are getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Contessa says, so who's the liar, you or her? And she was pointing at Heavenly and Quad. Heavenly told Contessa, don't point at me. Don't yell at me. She says, you need to do this with your husband because that's who you're mad at.
No, let's stop right there because it's about to get nasty.
To me, this is where the argument started.
Yeah.
Because, sure, Contessa pointing and kind of yelling at Heavenly, whatever like that. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. But Heavenly, you kind of went to hell immediately. Why are you bringing up her husband and you know they got issues?
Listen here, man.
And everybody, I've been seeing the discourse online of people saying like, well, Contessa started it because she put her finger in her face, or Contessa started it when she brought up the kids. Heavenly started it when she talked about you mad because of your husband, not me.
Listen here. But
that's where I see it.
But here's the thing about it. I agree with you. I don't think she took it to hell yet.
Well, no.
I don't think. No. Because,
well, there's levels of hell.
Yeah.
So I would say she was on ring number one.
Here's the thing. I think this is par for the course.
What is it? Dante's Inferno? All the levels?
Whatever, right? I don't know, right? I'm a Christian, right?
Okay.
So, like, my thing is, this is regular Heavenly.
Yeah.
If you can't take what Heavenly said right here, then you just can't be on the show. Okay. Because this is not hell to Heavenly. This is not even below Heavenly right here, right? To say that you really mad at your husband, not me, right? And my thing is, this is what I have to agree, because I kind of was like, bring Dr. Contessa back. You know, she's a doctor. Like, I'd rather have her than Fedra. You know what I'm saying? But then I saw her whining and crying and doing all this yelling and foolery that made me go, you know what? I kind of don't want you on the show. Because you cannot admit, Dr. Contessa, that you was the one who brought your marital issues on the show, right?
That was your whole storyline.
That was your storyline the whole time, about you going back to school, your husband not supporting you, all these things, your husband showing DMs and things.
Cheating with the therapist.
All of it, right? You exposed it, right? But it seems like you only coming at Dr. Heavenly where you was the one that exposed it first. Now, I can see you saying, Dr. Heavenly, you ain't got to drive the nail in and things of that nature on your YouTube show.
Especially if we friends.
But my thing is, if you define friends for Dr. Heavenly. Like basically you're not special enough to where she's not going to talk about something. And my thing is, I can see if she was talking about something in your life that was private that you already didn't put out, but she's reviewing the show. So, and I'm like, you already shared it with us. So why are you so like angry and making it seem like you want to like expose Dr. Heavenly?
But the thing is that I can understand the fact that in normal world, right? Your friend is not going to go online and continue to discuss and share their opinion about your relationship.
That's fair.
Right? We are on the show, so she's using it for fodder to get y'all another season for real.
Please.
But at the same time, I do not fault, give you this. I do fault Dr. Contessa in a way, because Dr. Contessa, and this is how I feel about a lot of people too. You want to be friends with the mean girl till the mean girl's mean to you.
Come on.
So I don't have much sympathy for when you're just like, oh, she did this to me, she cutting deep, all this type of stuff. And you've seen how she's treated other people, talked to other people. I mean, the fact that she was calling Toya broke when they was really going through some money problems, that's pretty hurtful. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody, what do you call it? Kicking you while you're down.
Yes.
So for you to want to be friends with somebody like that, I don't know what to tell you. It was gonna come to you at some point. It was gonna come around.
Let's keep going.
Well, Contessa asked, so you think my husband's abusive? Heavenly says yes. And then Sweet Tea said, I think you're abusive. I had to look up from my notes. Yeah. I'm like, is this a conversation between Contessa and Heavenly? Who's talking?
Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea. Sit down, baby. Sit down and eat your food.
I was like, why is Sweet Tea?
Tea.
Just sit down and eat your food.
This came before you was on the show. This came while you was on this side of the camera.
Exactly.
Watching it with us. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Here's the thing about it, right? This is how you do reality TV. Even though I may not be a big fan of Dr. Contessa, she knows how to do TV. You get what I'm saying? Okay. In the sense of like, hey, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to go at Dr. Heavenly. We going to go at it. You get what I'm saying? You coming over there with I think you're abusive. Nah. This is not, we're not trying to prove who's right or wrong here. We just trying to be drama right now. You get what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Contessa says you have to buy everyone in your life. You bought your daughter a beauty supply store. It didn't work. Your kids don't like you. Your husband don't like you. That's why y'all sleep in different bedrooms. Now, she also doesn't have to be worried about any mixed babies with the possible last name of Kind.
Now stop right there. I feel like now, to me, even though you feel like Dr. Heavenly threw the first shot, I feel like that is legitimately the first shot. I feel like all of that is the first shot, because everything that Dr. Heavenly said before that, talking about you mad at your husband, that's thing she said seasons that Contessa was on the show.
I get what you're saying, but the thing is, for Contessa to have confided in her about her marriage, and
she confided in us.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but apparently Heavenly and Contessa was on the phone for hours while she was complaining about Scott.
And okay.
So if Contessa is really saying like, this is my good girlfriend and all that type of stuff, it is very painful for somebody to throw that back in your face on Mad Day. It is. And I get what you're saying. Like, okay, she drew blood first. Okay, she drew blood, but Heavenly definitely nicked her.
No, I'm not. I'm not going with that.
Y'all tell us.
Don't tell me nothing. Right? I'm not going for that, because everything that Dr. Heavenly has said has already been exposed first by Contessa.
I hear you.
So I'm like, I'm not going for it.
Because she did a little bit. She did a lot. Honestly, she did do a lot more.
Now with this, I'm like, oh, Contessa, you can't get in the pig pen with pigs and want to come out clean.
Exactly.
So far in this sentence, right? Yeah. You said that, oh, Dr. Damon got secret children, right? Possibly, allegedly. You said they don't sleep in the same bedroom.
We didn't know that.
You said that you said that he don't even like you, right? You said your kids don't like you. And you said you brought your daughter a beauty salon, and guess what? It failed. I think that's on the daughter. I think now you came for the kids. You came for the household now.
Well.
Now, however Dr. Heavenly chooses to defend herself, I think it's fair. Let's keep going.
Contessa asking, why do you guys keep covering for her? She literally just lied on you, Quad. Heavenly says, you and Sweet Tea bond together because both your husbands ain't ish.
Okay.
T says, your husband don't like you. He wouldn't touch you with his big toe. Sweet Tea, please sit down.
Yeah, please.
Sit down.
We told you to sit down, please. Please. Okay.
This is not the time. You had your moment when y'all was at the bar about to get your dance on. Okay? And you kept going, and Heavenly was like, Dr. Jackie, done with it. I apologize. I'm done with it. Heavenly said, your husband is a cheater, and we all know it. You know it.
Okay.
Contessa says, what does that have to do with you? You mad about my marriage? Heavenly's point was to not badmouth her husband if she is going to stay with him, which is the advice that she took. She stopped badmouthing the man, and she's with him.
That is facts, though. Dr. Heavenly said she took my advice and is mad at me.
Yes.
I'm like, that's facts. Let's keep going.
So Heavenly does as Dr. Heavenly does.
Let's take it there.
Your mama's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Contessa says, my mom, who died in 2010.
Yes, that mom. Specifically that mom.
Contessa asks again, my mom who died in 2010. Heavenly says, yes, your mom who died in 2010. She's stupid.
She's stupid.
It was hilarious, but it Contessa definitely should have threw a chair. Honestly.
Because listen here, I don't know why people are surprised when Dr. Heavenly take it to hell, and then she's asking questions because she's like, Dr. Heavenly's not talking about that, Mom. Listen here, just in case y'all don't know the backstory of Dr. Heavenly, she ain't cool. She wasn't cool with her mama. Her and her mama didn't have a good relationship. Her and her sister don't have a good relationship and things of that nature. So if she don't have a good relationship with her mama and things of that nature while she was alive, she ain't gonna have no good relationship with anybody else's mama.
She don't respect mamas.
She don't respect mamas, okay? And guess what? My thing is, you want to get in the pig pen? Let's play dirty now.
And the thing is, that's Heavenly's go-to with Mariah. It was always your mama.
Oh, yeah.
Even after Mariah was telling her, okay, we're good, we're apologizing, we're getting past that, and to tell you, Heavenly, I don't do the your mama stuff. 5 seconds later, your mama.
Your mama.
Now, Contessa want to put the pause on her.
Of course.
She's saying square up, and Heavenly's calling for security.
Of course I'm going to call for security.
Jackie was knocked to the floor in the melee. Heavenly talking about Jackie is nothing but, this big. And all she saw was Sweet Tea helping to pick her up.
Yeah.
And Sweet Tea says in the confessional that she cares for the elderly.
See?
I'm just like, that was an unnecessary shade moment.
My thing is, the thing about, I have no problem with that shade. That type of shade is reality TV.
Okay.
But my only thing is, Dr. Jackie only knows how to cut deep.
Yeah.
So when she cuts you deep, I don't want you to look at Dr. Jackie and be like, you offended me. My thing is, I actually have no problem with what Sweet Tea said. I said, that's reality TV. You throw shade in the confessionals. Now, when she cuts you deep, don't cry.
Yeah.
Because Dr. Jackie only knows how to cut deep. You get what I'm saying? Ever since Dr. Jackie called Dr. Heavenly a busted can of biscuits,
yeah,
she don't go at Dr. Jackie no more. You get what I'm saying?
She got a body done and everything.
Exactly. Body done and everything. That was actually probably the starting point of, you know what? I am going to get my body right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So they separate them. Contessa is crying.
Yeah.
Jackie is pleading for Heavenly to just be quiet.
Yeah, Jackie over there talking to Toya, please don't let them fight. Please don't let them fight. And I'm like, somebody take Jackie back to her room.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Toya tells them both that they were going too far, and Quad ended up apologizing for Heavenly. I'm like, Quad, Heavenly be on here talking about you cheating.
It don't matter.
You a mistress and all this type of stuff. And I don't understand their friendship. But, hey, it's not for me to understand.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, Dr. Heavenly is who Dr. Heavenly is.
Absolutely.
Right? She's gonna write a check. And she ain't got to cash it. She's going to say, your mama's stupid. My dead mama, your dead mama. And then when you want to put hands on her, she going to call for security.
But I tell you one thing.
What's
I
up?
like my villains to be villains.
Of
if you're going to be
course.
a villain, stand in it. Don't backpedal and all this type of stuff. Stand in your mess.
Dr. Heavenly.
I love to hate to see it.
Listen,
so.
we ain't going to act like.
I hate to love
listen
to see
here.
it.
As someone who got a dead mama, talk about myself, I ain't going to act like I didn't laugh when Dr. Heavenly said, your mama's stupid. I thought it was hilarious. You get what I'm saying? Now, my thing is this. Dr. Heavenly was like, I'm doing what's best for the show. I'm not here to serve individuals, right? I'm here to be Dr. Heavenly in its full totality, meaning I'm going to take it to hell, right? I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be boisterous. So I see what she's doing, but at the same time, I feel like even this is not as worse as what she did to Dr. Greg. Calling her dead mama stupid is just. It's just a your mama insult, right? But actually, the P word to Dr. Greg or alluding to that,
yeah,
I feel like that's something that she has to apologize for,
and that could be very damaging
Yeah.
and changing of someone's reality.
I
Yeah.
feel like calling your mama stupid don't change your mama's reality.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Especially if she's not with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But especially since she's not with us.
Yeah.
But I'm saying with Dr. Greg, I feel like that's the only thing that Dr. Heavenly have to apologize for, like to his face.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? She don't got to apologize to Sweet Tea, but I think she has to apologize to Dr. Greg for that because the men already don't get paid on the show. So I don't get paid to be on the show, and now you're going to affect my real money potentially. No, you got to apologize.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
What did you think about this episode? I thought this episode was
It was
amazing.
so good. It
Amazing.
was such a good episode. I really enjoyed it.
I love a good your mama dead, your mama stupid joke.
Okay.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let us know what y'all think about this episode. We see y'all.
Bye.